All right. Hello. Um, this is going to be a little bit of opportunity to share a little bit about developer experience and see what it's like signing up for a new product I haven't tried before. So, with that out of the way, let's go. Um, by way of introduction, my name is Jason. Um, I work in the developer experience space. I have for quite some time, but also I just like learning new things, trying new tools, and seeing if they can help me solve problems more quickly. So, by way of code of conduct, just a reminder: if you add comments or if you join live. That please be kind. I am looking at the hard work of someone else, so please try to be growth oriented as well. It's okay to say, "Hey, this didn't work" or "this wasn't effective," but fundamentally, we're trying to improve things, and sometimes that takes time, and so inevitably things are missed. That doesn't mean anyone is not trying or not. Putting in some effort. So I just want to take that opportunity to recognize it and also call out when something is very effective. I think that's an important thing to do as well. Um, Also, I hope the show was helpful for some folks. While I've been in industry for a long time, using a new tool, everyone's kind of on an even playing field oftentimes. So I think it's important to remember that learning takes effort and see what you see. Um, One concept I want to call out today is friction logging. Each show, I'm trying to take one topic and just to expand on it a little bit, especially as it relates to developer experience, before going in and diving into a specific product and seeing what that onboarding experience is like. So, friction logging is something comes a little bit from user experience design as well. And it's really to put a name to the idea that you keep a log of what the experience is like with using a thing. And specifically in that log, it's not just I got a bug or I had an error screen or something didn't work, but it's also the things that are friction, things that slow you down. So that's something that maybe it's just frustrating to use, things that are maybe complex or feel like, hey, I have to go through a bunch of steps in order to accomplish something. Whereas it would be great if it was just, one function call. Uh, it may also be the case that something is just not easy to understand or very difficult to find the next thing to do. So we make a lot of assumptions when we build tools about what the person we're building it for knows. And often those assumptions might be wrong. So that's really something to keep in mind. And really, friction logging is a way of bringing in someone else to identify or help identify some of those things. So that's why there's a lot of value in including new members when doing friction logging, because it might be a friend, it might be a colleague, but basically someone who didn't take part in the construction of whatever the thing is becomes super valuable. So because you can learn from that new point of view. What I do is I like to record the sessions. That is actually why I'm live streaming this, is in some ways to get the recording so I can go back and see what happens. I find that to be a lot faster and a lot more effective than trying to keep an actual written log, whether digital or otherwise. Especially when it comes to reproduction steps. I often have seen I'll go and I'll be testing a user interface and then something breaks and then I'll be like, whoa, what did I just do? By having a recording of the session, I can go back and see, okay, these were the reproduction steps. And this is something I've used in testing with others as well, is that I will invite someone. So like I wrote a whole tutorial once and more or less I said, hey, I scheduled, 30 minutes with you. Can you please go and try this out? And after 30 minutes, I have a record, and it's a little bit easier for someone to say, okay, I'll just go, record. And it was actually a meeting, and I just kind of muted and hid myself, and they pretended like they were talking to me, but it was a recording of them going through what was on their mind and everything. So I think it's important to kind of also be able to have someone that can internal monologue, which is a learned skill as well after you do it a few times. But effectively, that's the idea here behind a developer experience audit. So, um, generally speaking, shows 3:30 p.m. Pacific, and 3:30 ish. Today I got a little bit of a later start. I used to stream on both Twitch and YouTube. I have switched to only doing YouTube, and stay tuned for next time. I'm actually changing up my setup a little bit to get a little bit more higher resolution, just because I know I'm showing a lot of text on the screen, which may not be super easy to read. But with all of that in mind, developerxp.com is a website to go take a look at for what the upcoming list of new technologies I'm trying out. It is a mix of SaaS products or components, part of a development workflow, sometimes occasionally in a library. I think later this week I'm looking at Melt UI. I heard it was a UI toolkit for building some components. So if that can give me something that's a little bit better than what I would craft myself, then by all means, I should consider using it. So I'm going to try that out next time. So anyway, with all of that preamble out of the way, let's go try Hashnode. So what is the purpose here? Might be a good question. So let me actually bring up a web browser, and I'll make the screen a little bit bigger here in a second. Okay, there we go. Where I came to this, and what I'm going to be looking at is Hashnode. I've built blogs with Gatsby, with Jekyll, GitHub pages. So there's been lots of things, but I've also done some content on Dev2. There's lots of platforms for this, right? And I think that's why I was thinking about Hashnode was actually someone else. I think I actually shared the website not too long ago. I noticed was running on Hashnode with a custom domain, and so I was kind of curious. Hey, what is that workflow like? Maybe I want to do that. So this one may be a little bit more interactive, and I'm not just trying to get to Hello World. I'm more trying to get hello first post kind of scenario. So I think I've looked at Hashnode. I'm pretty sure I've read content on there. I've not tried to actually build my own thing, so I don't know what that experience is like. So that's what I'm here to find out. So I'm going to just start searching for it. Hasnode. That is not the same thing. Sorry. All right. Where developer blogs meet community power. Okay. And so I think, requirements wise, that was what I was thinking was community, being able to create content quickly and to maintain some level of ownership over the domain for domain authority for SEO purposes, but also just so that it's my content. I think some of the other platforms that are out there are not suggesting otherwise, but certainly they do advertising. Hashnode might as well. I don't know. So that's part of what I'm going to find out. And then I can decide whether that's my requirement or not. So maybe I can do a custom domain, but if they're still inserting advertisements, they have, if they provide a service, they have to make money somehow. So it's not, there's nothing wrong with it. I just need to understand whether or not that's what I want to deal with. So there is also the idea of a community that drives readership. So this is actually kind of interesting here to take a look at, which is some of the alternatives of what I want to use versus not, right? So and I mention WordPress, Drupal. I've done all of them at one time or another, probably, or not all of them, but I've done Medium a little bit as well. I have not tried Ghost, for what it's worth, and of course could do Substack as well, maybe from a monetization standpoint. But anyways, or that's how I think of it, or the email notifications or other notifications. What else do I want to know here? Maybe I should look at one of these and just say, let's go this. This actually seems like a nice message for what I'm trying to decide is whether WordPress versus Substack versus Hashnode. That all said, I know just because of where I am, the conclusion will be Hashnode. But I might go ahead and see what their point is. Blogging on a personal domain, like I said, that is a selling point. Finding an audience, um, community of 2 million. Okay. No annoying ads, pop-ups. Everyone without a paywall. Um, yeah, which is great. But I do well need to understand why or how that happens. The significance being, right, like I said, in order to have a high quality service, obviously they're gonna have to make money somehow. So it becomes a question of how, and whether that helps me. So they say no paywall and pop-ups, blog on my own domain, great markdown editor. Um, well, but WordPress with a plugin, that would be a yes. But anyways, access to a large dev community, customization, GitHub backup, email newsletter, dark mode, analytics, third-party widgets. Okay. Series. That's not so. Certainly, you can do that with WordPress. Hashnode sponsors tipping platforms. Okay. No podcasts. Free and free. I should also add, I don't have any content I'm trying to migrate or anything like that. Something new. Okay. But I do, so now I feel like I'm not finding the answer to my question here, which is, I do have to think about pricing to a certain extent, or the viability of the platform from another point of view, right? So if I'm going to go, it's good I can back things up to GitHub, but if this is a site that's going to go down, that's a little bit of a concern, right? So I need to take that into consideration. So how does Hashnode make money? Okay, a job board. Where did I end up? Okay, that doesn't help me. Okay. Well, this might be the answer I'm looking at. Venture funded company, pre-revenue. Okay. And I mean, this is 2018, so time has passed. But not ad funded. Trying to figure that out. Yep. So that's sorry, I wasn't speaking out loud very much, but I think this gets to the point of where I'm coming from. And part of any evaluation of a tool, I do want to know what the community is saying and what community is thinking. And that is the thing absolutely top of mind for me was that. All that said, I also am looking at developer experience. So heck, I'm going to go ahead and sign up because I want to see what it's like to use and everything. Regardless of what the monetization is yesterday or yesterday, 2018 versus what it'll be tomorrow. I still want to evaluate how, what I can learn from this process. So sign up, log in, or sign up. I tend not to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and sign up. Wait, is this signing up or is this? Yeah, whatever. Okay. So I presume we got a link. I will go over, take a peek. And they gave me a magic link. So, okay. Get in it. Pick a username. Whoops. That's not available. Developer XP. All right. Developer XP. Sure. Okay. I will say I'm a writer. I think that is what I'm here to figure out. I'm going to say I write quite casually. It feels like somewhere in the middle. Um, Maybe I could consider myself a professional writer. I don't know, but we'll go with this. Remember, you can always move your blog to a custom domain for free when you are ready. That's good to know because that is actually the workflow I want to see. But for now, developerxp.hashnode.dev. I'll come back to that custom domain in a moment. Let's go through the hello world first. Congrats, you've successfully created a blog. I've got that, and I can manage it in a dashboard. So we'll take a peek at how useful the dashboard looks and what it feels like. But right off the bat, it is a guided sign-up process. Ask me minimum number of questions that need to be answered for me to be able to get up and running. So I would say everything here was actually pretty pretty straightforward and works. I'm not going to share anything yet, but okay, let's see. This takes me, okay, customize. I'm not going to do a whole lot of branding here live. That's not my point. So give your blog a name, developer XP. It's fine with me. I'll take a peek at what the customization stuff is like later. Let's just go with something. Well, I guess maybe I need to go something reddish. Yeah, let's do that. Looks like more or less a couple different read views, probably stacked for now. Pick your blog homepage layout, something I can customize later. Tags. Okay, so this, I guess this is me as a reader, less or more so than it is about me as a writer. Is that the right? Is that what I should be thinking about here? Okay. Oh, I picked a few. Okay. Okay. Let's take a peek around. So I can close and open a sidebar. There's a focus mode. So that, okay, back to the monetization. So that's a Hashnode Pro. So AI, a Pro badge, focus mode, branding. So I did not, and I think that's the thing. Maybe I missed it somewhere. It didn't jump out to me. Okay, premium Hashnode Pro, right? I think I was looking for pricing. That's kind of my mental model of what a lot of sites will call it. So I did not see Hashnode Pro here, which is what I really maybe was looking for, which is to understand the difference of what I get in a free account versus what I have to pay for and how much I would have to pay, right? Like, I think that's what I'm looking for right now, which is, okay, going through all the benefits of it. Okay, $7 a month. or yeah, $7 a month to be a pro. Um, I don't know, maybe, um, or I can use a discount code. Okay. Um, let's see. What else do I want to know? Um, oh, how did I? Can I get back to my dashboard here real quick? Yep. Okay. Let's go back. Oh, wait. This is me. This is the blog. Let's wait. Okay. Blog dashboard. Let's do the first article. All right. We'll see what the editor's like. The world. This is a test. Learn more at developerxp.com. Sure. Why not? I could add an image. I like that right here, right off the bat. You know, the ability to pull in other images from Unsplash. That's appealing. I do like that. Okay. And let's see what else. I can see revision history, back it up to GitHub. Looks like I can do pre-publish reviews, raw markdown. Okay. Oh, this is nice too. Being able to see what it looks like in different formats. That's a smart idea. I really I like that. That's well thought out. Also to see what the email would look like. I'm surprised that's taking as long as it is to render. I mean, maybe it's fine, but just a little bit surprised. So I guess that's the thing here, right? Is like this example here, published with Hashnode. That's the branding watermark, which, like I said, you know, until I'm paying for the service, that is a perfectly fair thing to do from my point of view, because I either don't care about it, or if I do care about it, I need to be willing to pay for it. So I'm fine with that. So anything else here in the preview? That gives me a bunch of different ways to look at it. I can open a new tab as well. So I can look at it myself. Comments. I guess with it being a community, presumably people have accounts, which is something, you know, like self-hosting, for example. Like if I'm making a decision on whether to self-host versus using a third party, having people and not have to manage accounts could be valuable. Unless unless I have my own community already for whatever reason. Is this okay? Yeah, so it's an edit button. Yeah, all in all, that seems reasonable here. Wait, your blog is empty. Oh, because I didn't publish yet. So if I go back to my blog dashboard, write your first article, which I was doing. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, so I have an article already, right? Under articles, no, drafts. I can publish. Um, I wonder who does the newsletter go to if I were to if I had subscribers. Okay. I don't. I'm gonna skip that for now. Um, looks like I can customize all the SEO and all those sorts of things. Canonical URL, backdate it, schedule for the future, comments, da 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 da. Okay. So I can publish without tags. It's fine. um, okay. So I got that. Now I guess it's the question of what the custom domain would look like, right? Um, and what other level of customization I can do. Um, let's take a peek. Yeah. Okay, RSS, sitemap, appearance. I already customized. I guess I can have a logo. Is this where it, yep, pro. Okay, just that's what I thought. I just wanted to check. Um, so I can add my own custom CSS. And then can invite subscriptions. Nav bar. Okay. And then this is the content. So I mean, as far as the hello world, this was it was very simple to sign up. I mean, I would expect to, or I would expect that. There are a lot of other competitors out there that have done it before. So, um, so we do team blogs. Can let GPT. Huh. Now this is interesting. So a headless CMS. So I can roll out my own front end using the APIs. Interesting. How does that work with the branding? I wonder. Is there an example I could look at? Yes, there is. So here we go. This is wait. This is the right. Yep. I love that using that as an example. It is kind of interesting. It feels like a little bit of a loophole um, of using Hashnode for a content, but then creating a different front end. Because if I were thinking about the pro features versus not, that takes away the branding, um, or it potentially loses the branding. Not that I'm trying to like scam, $7 a month per se, but like wondering what else is at play here. I mean, obviously, there's a lot more customizability by doing something like that. Yeah, I think this is maybe the thing I would play with a little bit more, is actually doing that. So personal blogging, it's just not for teams and enterprises. Obviously, that seems reasonable. Huh. And I guess from their perspective, they don't have to pay for as much traffic because presumably it can with the SDK it'd be cached a little bit better. And well, no, I don't know if that's really true. All right. Well, um, I do feel bad in that I feel like this is really getting into the nitty gritty of seeing like how this actually works, and this would be the integration I'm really getting at. Um, as opposed to what I've done so far is a very much a SaaS experience. Um, okay. So I think my next step, for example, is I'm actually going to go through this stuff and see what the rest of the experience is like. But for now, that was my first, 30 minutes or so, signing up, using it, getting to a little bit of orientation as well as an understanding of how it all fits together. So I'm going to go explore the APIs on my own here, and then maybe I'll have a blog and I'll post the follow up articles to accompany some of these videos there about what the actual outcome of the evaluation is, not just the first 30 minutes. So, anyways, hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for um, joining me today, and enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, thanks.